for another successful year. Let us also bless our U.S. troops that are serving in Iraq. Bless the food we have and the ones that have prepared it tonight. Amen. We'll start with the first table on that side to eat. Or we're eating it at the first table. Sorry.
Introduce to you the Junior FFA Chapter Officers for the presentation of the color guard. President Bethany Brown, Vice President Caleb Sample, Secretary C.J. Hulse, Treasurer Tyler Nephew, Reporter Kaylee Burnell, Sentinel Julian Scott. Please rise and join me in the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 2006-2007 Senior Chapter Officers. President Cassandra Nichols, Vice President Miranda Kaye, Secretary Shelby Combrio, Treasurer Danielle McNeil, Reporter Abigail Spinner, Sentinel Brittany Barrett, Student Advisor Tyler Combrio, Historian Michelle Silver, and Parliamentarian Nathan Valley.
I'm the son of a third-generation farmer. I've been married 10 years to the farmer's daughter. I'm a God-fearing, hard-working combine driver. I've been up the moon on my purple flowers, living 5 miles an hour on my international harvester. 3 miles of cars laying on their horn. I'm falling down here's a corn. Line up behind me like a big parade. Wait to work, road rage, shouting everything home, flipping me the bird. We may be on the state payroll, but that blacktop runs through my veins.
The banquet hall will now come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Northern Adirondack FFA Chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Parliamentarian, here by Robert's Rule of Order. Your duties there? It is my obligation to know and share information about parliamentary law and assist members in proper meeting procedures so that the business of our chapter can be accomplished. I assure that every member will be heard and the majority will prevail. The Historian,
Stationed at the chapter scrapbook.
your duties there?
Tradition and history is a source of pride for our organization. It is my duty to maintain a record of chapter achievements and promote excellence through highlighting of activities, events.
The Sentinel,
enforcement, Mrs. Washington kept his farm accounts carefully and accurately, and encouraged thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through investments and savings. George Washington was better able to serve our country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed at the Bureau Farm.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of meeting and correspondence with other secretaries who have recorded as grown at FFA members meeting.
The student advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of being older than the rest of you. I am asked to advise you from time to time as need arises. I hope that my advice is based on true knowledge and ripening with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why are you stationed by the plow?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the President so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will now call roll of members.
Tonight, there is 100 yes present.
Thank you, FFA members. Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
Practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the Northern Adirondack FFA chapter duly open to the transaction of business or attention to any matter which may properly be presented. We will now conform to the banquet agenda. Will all officers please join me on stage?
In our opening song, there is a lot of anger. This anger stems from misunderstandings and ignorance. The car drivers are annoyed with the farmer for chugging his slow plow down the public road. The farmers urge at the drivers because of their impatience. If the car drivers truly understood the need of the farmer to drive the slow plow down the road, would they be so impatient? After all, the farmer needs to do his work in order to harvest his crops and feed his family. Would these drivers be so impatient if they truly understood the importance of agriculture in their everyday lives? Probably not, seeing as without farmers just like this one, they wouldn't have food to eat or clothes to wear. FFA members, we are very lucky to have the opportunity to truly understand the importance of agriculture. It is up to you to harvest the multitude of agricultural knowledge you are provided with through FFA, whether it be from state convention, county fair, or ag class. FFA members are an essential link between today's world of agriculture and the outside community. Spread the knowledge you gain throughout your community, fertilizing the minds of the ignorant. It is up to you to do your part to make sure that everybody understands the importance of what the farmers and all agriculturalists do. I would now like to call to the podium Shelby Combrio, who will welcome you to our banquet.
I would like to welcome everyone here tonight attending the 2007 FFA Banquet. The FFA organization is one of the most prestigious organizations that our school has to offer. The amount of leadership skills developed and individual life values earned is truly amazing. Teamwork and communication skills are usually the primary characteristic of our members. With these skills, FFA members excel above and beyond when it comes to shaping our leaders of tomorrow. I would especially like to welcome members of the school board. If you would please stand to be recognized when your name is called. President Beverly Canning, Mrs. Beverly Canning. Vice President, Mr. Joey Barron. Mr. Ronald Polo. And Mr. Michael Carter. I would also like to congratulate Ed Scott for being elected to the Board of Education. I would also like to welcome the administration of our school. If you would please stand to be recognized when your name is called. Superintendent, Mr. Bill Stock. And high school principal, Mr. John Coconut. the high school vice principal, Mrs. Pamela Ross, and elementary principal, Mrs. Lisa Silver. Lastly, I would like to send a warm and wholehearted welcome to many parents, relatives, and friends of our fellow FFA members and guests. Without your continuing support of our organization, it would not be as a success as it stands today. We could not thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule to assist our chapter in many ways as you routinely do. I would now like to call to the podium Abby Spinner, who will be reciting the FFA Creed.
The Creed by E. M. Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born, not of words, but of deeds, achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists, and the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us through the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm, or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits, is pleasant as well as challenging, for I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life, and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturists in serving our own and the public's interests in producing and marketing the products of our toil. I believe in less dependence in baking and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so for others as well as myself, in less need of charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community, which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Mr. William Scott to the stage.
It is a pleasure to welcome each of you this evening. I would like to particularly thank Katrina Ellis for her arrangement of tonight's banquet and program. She has done an excellent job in carrying on the traditions of our outstanding agricultural program and supporting FFA organization. I would also like to thank each of you for your support of our FFA program. Careers in agriculture have long been recognized as an integral part of American society. By supporting our school and its FFA program, you are helping all of our community. Please sit back and enjoy tonight's program.
I would now like to call Rebecca Green to the podium.
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Green, and I'm the newly elected District 3 President. It is my honor tonight to join you in celebrating the accomplishments of the Northern Adirondack chapter. The FFA offers many different opportunities. You'll get many different experiences that you wouldn't get in any other club that you join. And I'm very glad to see that the Northern Adirondack chapter has taken advantage of these opportunities. How many members here have gone to Camp Oswegatchie? Okay. I, for the first time, went to Camp Oswegatchie last year. Now, I was a little nervous, I didn't really know anybody, and I didn't really understand the camp experience. So I go in to the room where you sign up for what kind of activities you get to do. And I was really excited about doing tubing. I'm not one who likes to go up and make a fool of myself, but it sounded like fun. I heard the mention of water skiing, and I wasn't too big on that. So I got up there, and I go through, and the girl goes to me, she goes, "Tubing's all filled. There's an opportunity to do water skiing." No, thanks, I think I'll pass. So I go through, and then my choices were water skiing or some weird thing I'd never even heard of. So I tried to do the water skiing. The week was fun. It was totally more than I ever expected of an experience. But then the night before I was supposed to water ski came up. I tried everything. I told my counselor, Charity, that I was sick. I had an ankle injury. I tried everything. Charity didn't buy it. So the next day, after much fight on my own part, Charity walked me down to the pier, and Todd Lighthall sat there in his boat and took one look at me and he said, "You don't want to be here." And I said, "No." I thought he was going to let me out of it. No, he decided I could go first. So I get up there and he goes, "Okay, you're going to put on the water skis and then get in the water. And then you're going to move and come reach me over here in the boat and I'll give you your little hand up." Great. Water, big skis, I'm not going to be able to do this. So I go over and I put on the skis and I'm like, how do I get in the water? And he goes, you just fall. You fall? Okay. So I fall backwards, mind you, and I start walking over. It was like slow motion running when that runner is about to make that final stride to win the race, except it was still on repeat, and I kept doing that final stride a couple of times. Needless to say, I finally get over to the handle. I didn't know what I was doing. And he goes, "You just stand up." Oh, okay, I'll stand up. So I go over and I hang on to the bar and I try standing up. Anybody who's ever tried water skiing? Yeah, that doesn't work. You go like this. Right into the water, except a lot faster and a lot more painful. So I fall in the water, and after 3 more attempts at this, he gives me a little more clues on how to get up. Last time I tried, I got up. Except not really. I was the first ever to butt skip across the lake. I was on my knees, basically. I was still holding on, and I still had the skis on. But as far as standing up, no, that really wasn't working for me. So, needless to say, when I got out of the water, I felt great. Yeah, everybody was laughing at me, and I was so embarrassed, and I swore I was going to show my face at dinner because his nickname stuck as Butt Skipper. I kind of wasn't too big of a fan. But looking back on it, that experience of water skiing was totally out of my comfort zone. And if I ever got a chance to do it again, I'd totally do it. But if I hadn't taken that step, or Charity hadn't brought me down to the pier, I never would have gotten a chance to experience water skiing. FFA members, I challenge you this year to take an experience outside of your comfort zone. Whether it's trying a new CD or going down to that pier and jumping into the water backwards. Thank you.
Okay, for our first retiring officer, she has been a huge inspiration to everybody in her life. She is full of spirit and determination. Whoever said that anything is possible with hard work, they were talking about her. If she wants something, she's going to get it. She got into Cornell earlier this year. You go, girl, getting through that essay in the interview. On her family farm, she is really a big help. She brings enthusiasm and inspiration to the farm because she is truly in love with working with the animals. I have never heard her once complain about having to help on the farm. Throughout high school, she was always there to help me whenever I needed. She never even wondered how helping others would benefit her. She just did it because she could. And last year, I remember how much she wanted to get that president position when it came time for the officer elections. And she went over her speech with me again and again. She was so nervous, and she wouldn't stop listing all of the people who were going to get it in front of herself. But when Cassandra was appointed president of our FFA chapter, she couldn't have been happier. Over the past year, she has really went above and beyond in dedicating her talents and abilities to our chapter. Thank you, Cassandra, for all that you have done for your chapter, family, and friends. You are going to be awesome in whatever you choose to do. And I asked this special person in Cassandra's life to come up here and say a few words.
Yes, hello, I'm Greg Nichols, and I'm Cassandra's father. We are very proud of her. She's done very well in school. And since Rebecca said she's going to college, we hope she does very well in there. It's better than fireman, I think, at times. Now we're representing the year 2006-2007 NCA FFA President Michelle Nichols. Cassandra Michelle Nichols.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. Eyes get so late. And what the hell is on Joey said? This is where I grew up. I think the president finished it up. I never knew we ever went without. The second floor is like we're sneaking up. And this is where I went to school. Most of the time and better things to do. Criminal record says I broke it twice. I must have done it half a dozen times. I wonder if it's too late. Should I go back and try to graduate? Life's better now than it was.
I cannot believe that this is it. I cannot believe that after 5 years plus that year in 5th grade, it comes down to this. I cannot believe that my whole life in FFA ends tonight. There are no longer any experiences to be had. There are only just memories in this picture album. On my first, here's my first membership card. I joined in 5th grade. I remember that I always used to confuse Mr. Bush with Mr. Schmidt. It was their head, they're the shame ship. Oh, here's Miss Taylor. I remember that the first day of school, she used to say calendar, and we always used to make fun of her for that, and the way she said Alan. My first day convention was that year. It was the first trip I ever went on. Freaking out because of all the free stuff, sleeping by the hotel door even though there was an empty bed, stealing the signs from the hotel, that weird guy who touched my knee, who informed me that he would be seeing me, Kaylin and Carly swimming in the bathtub, Rebecca informing Kaylin about proper dipping procedures. Good times. Why, here's a picture of a hole puncher in here. Oh, duh. It was the hole puncher that I fixed when I was in 9th grade. I guess Miss Taylor really appreciated it because she made me chapter mechanic. The college days. 2 colleges in 2 days. Try to keep it under 5, Miss Ellis, or 55, unless there's a hot cop nearby. Carly, Rebecca, Miss Ellis, and me at Crystal and Brain's house. Oh wait, it was Brian's house. Sorry. The waffles were so good. Whipped cream, cherries, blueberries. Sound good to me. Substates brings the best out of everyone. My Italian chicken pizza and I are very good friends. Sneaking around the Dollar General, buying each other presents. I remember the cashier thought us we're a suspicious-looking group. National Convention. One of my finest memories. 15 hours on a bus just to drive to an Indiana Walmart, to drive an old person scooter, and try on some sexy bustiers. Trying on bras in Walmart is always a rewarding experience. Oh, I remember him. He was a cute lumberjack. Amanda and I got to climb a tree, lumberjack style. Racing on bouncy balls, meeting homeless people, going to Hooters. No, I was just kidding about that last one. National Convention, what can I say? Seeing 50,000 FFA members in one place at the same time, for the same reason, really makes you think how important FFA really is. Oh wait, who is this? Oh, it's Miss Ellis. Sorry. When I was in 10th grade, we got a new advisor. Her name is Miss Ellis. Over the past 3 years, she has been like a second mother, not only to me, but to our chapter. I have grown to respect this woman, and I have learned so much from her. She has showed me what the definition of a generous person is. She is always willing to help and give so much of her time to the FFA. Her efforts last year at last year's school fair and banquet shows how truly dedicated she is to our FFA chapter. I would just like to say thanks to Miss Ellis. You are so giving, and I appreciate all that you've done for me. Thank you for everything that you have done and will do. I just want to say thanks, because, like, even though everyone doesn't always tell you this, but, like, you actually do a lot, and, like, if you hadn't come here when you had, then we might not even have an FFA chapter now, so. I would also like to say thanks to all my fellow FFA members for the good times, and I hope that the FFA tradition and NAC continues and stays strong. Goodbye to all. That's it.
I'd now like to introduce Bethany Drown and Caleb Sample to give the junior FFA report.
This past year has been full of accomplishments, hard work, rewards, learning, and having a lot of fun. We have learned a lot this year from the activities that we have been involved in. We have improved ourselves in our FFA chapter. It has been a very busy year. In September, we had elections of officers for the 2006-2007 school year. The results were as follows: President, myself; Vice President, Caleb Sample; Secretary, CJ Hall; Treasurer, Tyler Nephew; Reporter, Jillian Scott; Sentinel, Megan Brown. In October, we had a lot of fun decorating pumpkins at our Halloween party. Everyone had a great time. In November, we had a meeting for everyone in our chapter to come and make a Thanksgiving placeholder. I think everyone enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. In December, everyone was in the holiday spirit. We all made wreaths and centerpieces to bring home and decorate for the season. We also sold citrus fruit and cheese to raise money for our chapter. Everyone did a fantastic job. In January, everyone who participated in selling fruit and cheese had the opportunity to go bowling with the rest of the chapter. We also all got to have pizza and soda. A good time was had by all. In February, our whole chapter helped to put on the FFA formal. Anyone in 7th through 12th grade could attend. Everyone had a great time. Also in this month, we had the opportunity to tie-dye shirts and decorate them to show off our FFA spirit. In March, we had a fun night for everyone in the chapter to attend. It's always fun just taking a break and making time for a fun-filled night. In April, our chapter made spring centerpieces. They were gorgeous. In May, our chapter helped Miss Ellis set up for school fair. Some of our chapter actually competed in the dairy cattle show. Other members were allowed to bring chickens, ducks, and any other farmyard animal that they had. While everyone else was allowed to look at all of the animals, others could participate in games or the silent auction. We are already busy in this month of June. We had to set up for this great banquet to recognize all that we have done throughout the year. Everyone in our junior chapter this year has done an extraordinary job. Every member was willing to do anything that Miss Ellis needed, and all members wanted to help. Miss Ellis is a great advisor and has taught us a lot this year, and we are very lucky to have her. Our junior members this year include Jonathan Baker, Brandon Barber. Well, as your name is called, please come up to the stage. Jonathan Baker, Brandon Barber, Robert Barber, Olivia Barnaby, Kaylee Bigelow, Matthew Boyer, Lindsay Bruce, Kayla Brunel, Megan Brunel, Forrest Carpenter, Hunter Carpenter, Ashley Carper, Kayla Carper, Matthew Clark, Kayla Cook, Nicholas Forcier, Mackenzie Fountain, Elena Guerra, Loretta Guerra, CJ Hall, Damian LeBombard, Kaylee LeBombard, Savannah LeClaire, Jonathan Lajway, Jennifer Lieber, Charlene Menor, Michaela Manor, Cabry McDonald, Brianna McIntyre, Ethan Musso, Hunter Nakase, Skylar Norris, Zachary Parrott, Carissa Pierce, Michael Petroshoon, Caleb Sample, Lacey Pombrio, Alyssa Rodriguez, Jillian Scott, Courtney Smith, Caitlin Snyde, Christina Sorrell, Bryn Spore, Emma Trombley, Kelsey Trudeau, Zoe Barrett, Elijah Byers, and Ellie Warwick.
Good evening. The Discovery Degree is awarded to 8th graders who have completed the agricultural class and are members of the FFA chapter. The recipients must be active in the class as well as in the chapter activities outside the class. A Star Discovery degree will also be awarded. Congratulations to all. Would the following members please come and join me on stage? Please hold all applause until recipients have been named. Shannon Davis, Bethany Drown, Connor Druber, John Lasway, Stephen Wickowitz, Cynthia Boris, Theodore Brooks, Kaylee LeBombard, and Laura Patno. The Star Discovery degree recipient is Bethany Drown. I now would like to introduce Megan LaValle and Mary Manor for the Green Hand presentation.
The Green Hand degree is an award given to the 9th grade FFA members. Each applicant must fill out and attach an application to a copy of their SAE record. These records contain the information of their supervised agricultural experiences, which may be in specified areas. The records are kept throughout the year and are turned into and evaluated for this award. The students with the most outstanding qualifications is then chosen as a Star Green Hand. Would the following FFA members please come on stage? Christian Garso, Katie Hemingway, Shelby LeDuc, Devin Longtemps, Mary Manor, Kristen Normandin, Tyler Pombrio, Michelle Silver, and Abigail Spinner. The Star Green Hand this year is Michelle Silver. I would now like to introduce Shelby LeDuc and Danielle McNeil to present the chapter degree. The chapter degree is the third degree that an FFA member can earn. To receive this degree, we must complete a series of requirements. We must have already received the Green Hand degree. They must have a satisfactory SAE record, completed a minimum of 150 hours of agricultural education, and $150 invested in their program. They must have written an application for this degree. There are 3 individuals that have completed all of their requirements. They have worked long and hard to receive this degree. I am very proud to present the chapter degree to Megan LaValle, Laura Musso, and Ashley Hart. Our Precious Star degree recipient is Megan LaValle. I would now like to introduce Miranda and Michelle to present the Empire degree.
The Empire degree is the highest degree that an FFA member can receive at the state level. This degree is received at the annual New York State Convention. There are many areas that the candidates can apply for, ranging from agricultural placement to ag communications. At this year's New York State Convention, one student received her Empire degree. She received it in the area of agricultural placement. This student was Shelby Pomeroy. The Star Empire degree recipient is Shelby Pomeroy.
Now, would you like to join me?
At this year's State FFA Convention, there were 2 recipients who were honored for their continuous dedication to our FFA chapter. Mrs. Martha K.A. and LeBaire Store, owned by Mr. Greg LeBaire and Mrs. Sue Curry. Will Mrs. K.A., Mr. LeBaire, and Mrs. Curry please join me on stage? Being the mother of an FFA member and the secretary and very active member of the FFA alumni, Mrs. K.A. received her honorary Empire degree.
Mr. LeBaire and Mrs. Curry of LeBaire Store also were awarded the honorary Empire degree for being a longtime supporter of our program and contributing so much to our chapter and chapter activities. We truly appreciate all that they have done for our program. Thank you so much for your constant support and dedication throughout the years, and hope that they will continue to do so to keep our chapter as successful and efficient as possible. I would now like to introduce Beth Trombley and Brittany Barron to the podium.
The Proficiency Award is given to students who excel in a certain area of agriculture. Each candidate must be a high school student. The award winners need to have valid SAE records. A freshman is receiving the Proficiency Award in Agricultural Communications. She has been our chapter reporter this year. She has also written various news articles, made many phone calls, and is able to communicate easily and thoroughly with others. She is able to handle difficult tasks and knows how to manage time. She has supported the chapter throughout the past year. The recipient receiving the Proficiency Award is in Agricultural Communications is Abigail Spinner. A sophomore is receiving the Proficiency Award in Diversified Ag Production. She raises Holsteins, Ayrshires, and Angus on her family dairy farm. The recipient understands the proper way to raise and show dairy cattle. She shows beef and dairy cattle at local fairs and knows the proper way to show and fit the cattle. She cleans and feeds the dairy and beef cattle on her farm. She works on 2 farms after school in her spare time. The recipient receiving the Proficiency Award in Diversified Ag Production is Shelby Pombrio. A senior is receiving the Proficiency Award in Agri-Science. The recipient works very hard on her family farm. She has competed in many competitions throughout her high school career. As a sophomore, she, along with her teammates, represented NAC at Nationals. She has also been a person to make sure the Ag department runs smoothly. The recipient for Diversified Agri-Science is Miranda K.A. A senior is receiving the Proficiency Award in Agricultural Sales. The recipient works very hard on her family's dairy farm. She also has shown her cattle at many cattle shows, where she has placed high and uses the money she makes on the farm to invest for future shows. She also is the highest fruit salesperson in ag class this year. The recipient for the Proficiency in Diversified Agricultural Sales is Danielle McNeil. I would now like to call Ms. Ellis to the stage to present the Special Recognition Award. Special recognition is a time for me to give thanks to all the supportive people of the NAC agriculture program. Without these people, and the agricultural program would not be as successful as it is. Would the following people please come to stage when your name's called? Martha K.A., Denise Carper, Sherry LaValle, Jeff Matthews, Peter Sorrell Sr., Sherry and Don McNeil, Rachel LeDuc, Dalian Magoon, Cheryl Silver, Kim Lashway, Brian Coons, Lisa Nephew, and Walt Trombley. Martha Kay has been a great supporter to our program. She was always willing to put the extra effort forward to make the chapter and alumni chapter a success. Martha is our secretary for the alumni and does a great job. Martha has helped to make the silent auction a success as well. She also grocery shopped for the Gibson Brothers concert so I could enjoy my time in Atlanta receiving my Teacher Turn the Key Award. She has helped to elect the 2007-2008 chapter officers. Thank you. Denise Carper has done a great job behind the scenes. She has helped me out at the Gibson Brother concert, make the Michigan sauce. She picked up items on her way home from work. She is always pushing me to do my best and to continue for me to push forward. Sherry Valley has been a great help this year. She has taken on the responsibility once again for our concession stand for school fair the past 3 years and has done an excellent job with it. She also is a strong supporter of the alumni committee. Jeff Matthews was a judge for our election of officers and also DJs the FFA formal and any dance we need possible every year. Cheryl Silver was a chaperone for state convention and was greatly appreciated. Cheryl is a person that I can call on and rely on. She also has given me a lot of moral support. Peter Sorrell Sr. has also known as the cook. He has been the cook for several years for our school fair. Also, Peter has been a dedicated alumni member. Rachel LeDuc was another chaperone for our state convention and has had to share a room with me. How lucky she can be. She also was a great help with cleaning up from school fair. Dalian Magoon chaperoned the state convention and was a big help. She took the students out on tours while I was with the Ag Issues team. Don and Sherry McNeil has been a long-time supporter to the FFA program. They have allowed several members to show their cattle for school fair. Also, Don came and helped to finalize the cattle tent for school fair. Brian Coons has the past few years always been the tech guy. He puts the music to the slideshow and does a fantastic job with it. Lisa Nephew was here today and tonight to put the banquet together. She also is always willing to help with other areas of the FFA. She was at the county fair last year and helped to clean the barn. Walt Trombley, just where do I start? He has always been there to help with the dirty work. For the past couple of years, you've seen Walter drive back and forth with the manure spreader and the Case International tractor for our school fair. I thank you for all your help and your dedication to the program. Without you, this would not be possible. Thank you. The next four ladies that I would like to recognize tonight are the ones that are always in the office, whether it's answering phones, taking messages, making copies of the chapter, or for the chapter. Would Darlene Bilo, Jamie Lord, and Val Ayers come to the stage? I would like to invite Cassandra Nichols and Miranda K.A. to the podium.
This year, our honorary membership recipient has donated numerous times to help our organization. She has donated to Clinton County Fair and our school fair. Every time we need help, she is always there to help. She also sponsors the George Taylor Trophy for Clinton County Fair. We would like to give our gratitude to Mrs. Yvonne Taylor for all of her support and for being this year's honorary membership winner. Would all the officers please join me now in a line? It is always a pleasure to receive honorary membership into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made in our behalf. Madam Secretary, please read the following section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership, farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of the school board of education, chapter advisors, teachers, staff members in agricultural education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agricultural education in the FFA and who have rendered outstanding service may be elected to honorary membership by majority vote of the members present at a regular meeting or convention.
Madam Secretary, will you introduce those who are to receive this award?
Madam President, members and guests, I am pleased to read the following name, Ms. Yvonne Taylor.
Will officers please take their places beside me? Will Yvonne Taylor please come to the stage?
I welcome you as a member of the FFA. It is my privilege to make sure that the rules and order are carried out. Welcome to the organization.
As historian, I collect the history of our chapter. Welcome to our membership.
I welcome you to our youth organization. I also thank you for your dedication to the organization. As student advisor, I welcome you to our chapter.
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you as a symbolic hand clasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance for the recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your name to our honorary member.
As Vice President, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say we are proud to have you as our honorary member. May this affiliation prove valuable to all. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance. It is because of the great respect we have for you that you have been elected to honorary membership. May we always cooperate for the benefit of all. I now confer upon you honorary membership in the Northern Adirondack FFA chapter and present you with this token of our membership. I would now like to call Ms. Ellis to the podium to present the activity award.
All FFA members and students in ag class voted on the student who had participated in activities the most. The student is honest, responsible, and reliable for any task she is given. This FFA member has received her Empire degree. She has shown cattle at many shows this past year. Some of the tasks this member has done this year are making sure show book for school fair was done. She has also been the treasurer for the FFA this past year. She's always in the ag room asking me what needs to be done. Actually, she just does it without even usually asking, and I'm usually at the point where Danielle will do this. She always has been the person that's got things done. Please help me in congratulating Danielle McNeil for the Activity Award.
award that I don't think really the kids know a lot about. My Ag Issues team has done an outstanding job at their level. They're ninth graders. They have just competed and have been so dedicated, and I just can't ask for a better group of kids. And we were able to have the opportunity to go to Wyeth before we went to the state convention to compete. And I'd like to at this point introduce Wyeth and have them come forward. Don't believe anybody's here from Wyeth, so Cheryl Silver and Penny Pompero is going to come forward and accept their award. But it was very difficult to get into Wyeth because of their high-tech ability and whatnot. But these two girls actually helped us get in there, being that they worked for them. So I'd like to take this time to give them the award so they can take it back to Wyeth, and hopefully we can do this again in the future. So if you'd like, if Cheryl and Penny would come forward, please. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miranda K.A. and Tyler Pompero to the podium. Sorry, Shelby and Abby.
Our FFA school fair was a huge success again this year. Both school and community members braved the chilly weather on Friday, May 18th to see and participate in all of the great activities that were available here at NEC. These included the dunking booth, bossy bingo, the silent auction, and of course enjoying all of the delicious food sold at the concession stand. This year, an abundant amount of our FFA members brought their small animals to the fair, including many rabbits, chickens, goats, and even a donkey named Pedro. These were all a hit with our younger visitors. Last, but definitely not least, was the FFA Cattle Show. We had one of the finest groups of dairy handlers present their animals this year. These handlers had spent countless hours beforehand training and preparing their cows for the show. All of our members' hard work was well displayed as they circled the judging ring, participating in both showmanship and confirmation classes. The results from the 2007 school fair are as follows. In the showmanship classes, as your name is called, please come to the stage. For junior showmanship, Tyler Nephew. Senior showmanship, Michelle Silver. Master showmanship, Danielle McNeil. The overall showman this year was Danielle McNeil. In the cattle confirmation classes, for junior champion Asher, Danielle McNeil. Junior champion Brown Swiss, also Danielle McNeil. Junior champion Holstein, Danielle McNeil. Junior champion Jersey, Miranda K.A. Junior champion Red and White Holstein, Allison Goss. In the senior classes, senior champion Asher, Danielle McNeil. Senior champion Brown Swiss, Miranda K.A. Senior champion Holstein, Danielle McNeil. Senior champion Red and White Holstein, Beth Trombley. Now for the grand champions of each group. For grand champion Asher, Danielle McNeil. Grand champion Brown Swiss, Danielle McNeil. Grand champion Holstein, Danielle McNeil. Grand champion Jersey, Miranda K.A. Grand champion
Red and white Holstein, Beth Trombley. The supreme champion for all breeds for the 2007 FFA School Fair was Danielle McNear with her Asher. She was bound to win with one of them. Congratulations to all the participants in this year's cattle show. You all did a fantastic job. Also, our chapter would like to thank all of the local organizations, businesses, volunteers, parents, and others who helped make this great event possible. Let's hope next year's fair is just as enjoyable, if not a little warmer, than this one. Thank you. Now, introducing Shelby.
This next person is more than just a friend. She's like a sister to me. Miranda has always been there and she knows what to do no matter what. Whenever I have a problem, she's always there for me and gives me excellent advice. Miranda and I have been friends for quite a long time, but from showing cows together or from judging cows together, she always knew how to make things more enjoyable and fun. Some of my best memories with Miranda would be National Convention, when we got kicked out of a store for talking to boys from Texas, or sitting behind Peter and Brian on the way home and we laughed the whole way, and then they turned around and said, "Do you guys ever shut up?" Miranda has been a great friend to me, along with many other people. She always is willing to help out with anything. She's been a huge part of the FFA along with the 4-H, and everybody will miss her greatly. Here's your 2006-2007 Vice President Miranda Kay.
See how far it goes. You got my heart in your daddy's boat. We got all night to make it flow. We could sail on the shore. We could just be friends. We could just be.
It seemed like it was not too long ago that I was sitting at my first FFA banquet. I was in 5th grade. All I can remember is listening to my sister give her senior goodbye speech. Everyone was so emotional and I couldn't figure out why. I mean, I knew it was sad, but I had no idea why all the seniors were fighting tears as they were trying to speak. I just sat there in the audience, never thinking that I was going to be up here giving my final speech. But these past 8 years have flown by, and now here I am. FFA has been pretty much all that I do over the past few years. In school, if anyone asks, "Where's Miranda?" the first place they usually look is in the ag room. FFA has made such a positive impact on my life. From the people I've met to the places I've been, every moment is special. I've been able to spend the past 8 years with 3 very important and influential teachers, Mr. Bushy, Miss Taylor, and Miss Ellis. These 3 people have changed my life so much by introducing me to FFA and all it has to offer. I have to thank Mr. Bushy for his little pushes of encouragement, like when he told me at State Fair the day before the agronomy contest that I was signed up to be on one of the teams. Me and Shelby instantly panicked and began to protest. But he was full of reassurance. "You'll be fine, just don't forget what we went over." However, we were so nervous that we couldn't even remember our names, let alone any of the things that he tried to cram into our heads the night before the contest. And I can't believe that I ever doubted Mr. Bushy. My team did great, placing first, and we went on to compete at nationals with Mr. Bushy right there by our sides. I can never express how much he has helped me throughout my years. Next was Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor was a great teacher and a friend to us all. She would come for farm visits before Clinton County Fair and help me with whatever needed to be done, whether it be clipping my cows, packing my show box, or leading my calves. Miss Taylor was always fun and full of energy. This brings me to Miss Ellis. Oh, what fun we've had these past few years. Going to State Fair, the Big E, National Convention, and even our college tours of Morrisville and Cornell. Miss Ellis is always full of laughter and good advice. The laughter was extremely prevalent after the college tours on the way home, when Miss Ellis got a little carried away about her storytelling about her prom escapades,
and lost track of the legal speed limit. After that incident, we always are sure to keep her focused and on track. I will miss all of my friends that I made during my FFA career, and I look forward to coming back and seeing how things progress in years to come. Good luck to all of the current and upcoming members, and especially good luck to the upcoming seniors. It is great programs to take advantage of every opportunity you can. You will miss it. I know I will. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce Shelby Pombro to the podium.
Okay, once again this year, the FFA sold citrus fruit, meats, cheese, and brought with Blue Freedom Company. Blue Freedom Company has many satisfied customers and always delivers a quality product. This is the largest fundraiser that we did this year. This was because of the FFA members and FFA members a chance to get our program started. The following two individuals will be recognized for selling the most fruit this year. Will Danielle McNeil and Caleb Sample please come to the stage and receive their certificates? Danielle was a top seller in the senior FFA. She was also able to choose an item valued at $20 out of the FFA catalog. Caleb was the top seller for the junior FFA. He also was able to choose an item valued at $20 from the FFA catalog. Thank you to all the members, parents, alumni who assisted in making this year's sale successful. We sold approximately $15,000 worth of fruit, meat, and cheese. Another fundraiser we tried this year was selling pies at Thanksgiving time. We sold $1,000 worth. The top salesperson in the senior chapter was Devin Longtamp. In the junior chapter, the top seller was Tori Gatto. Congratulations to these individuals. I would now like to introduce Michelle Silver and Kristen Owen to the stage.
The 2006 Clinton County Fair was a blast. Everyone who participated in the dairy and beef shows and competitions did exceptionally well. The top two showmanship class results were as follows. In the Little British Showmanship, Rebecca Newman, Matthew Nephew, Anna Lajoie all received first place. Junior showmanship placings were myself as first and Tyler Nephew as second. The places for senior showmanship were Michelle Silver first and Emily Lajoie second. The places for the alumni showmanship were Danielle McNeil first and Jenna McNeil second. As for the dairy cattle show, the placings were as such. The junior champion Holstein was awarded to Jenna McNeil. Junior champion Jersey was awarded to Amanda Sorrell. Junior champion Ayrshire was won by Danielle McNeil. Junior champion Brown Swiss was won by Miranda Kay, as was junior champion Red and White Holstein. The winners of the senior champion breeds were Jenna McNeil for Holstein, Miranda Kay for Jersey, Brittany Barron for Brown Swiss, and Danielle McNeil for Ayrshire. Placing of the grand champion breeds were Jenna McNeil for Holstein, Miranda Kay for Jersey, Miranda Kay for Brown Swiss, Danielle McNeil for Ayrshire, and Miranda Kay for Red and White Holstein. The overall supreme champion was Jenna McNeil.
The placings for the beef showmen were as follows. Tyler Pombrio first, Ethan Musso second for the junior showmanship class. Senior showmanship was Shelby Pombrio and Carlos Sorrell taking second. Master showman was awarded to Shelby Pombrio, and Tyler Pombrio was awarded reserve showman. Junior champion for the other breed was Carly Sorrell. Grand champion for the other breed was Carly Sorrell. Junior champion for Angus was awarded to Tyler Pombrio. Grand champion for the Angus class was Tyler Pombrio. Supreme champion B was awarded to Tyler Pombrio. We'd like to now congratulate everyone that won.
Well, I bet after that you're all pretty bored. So we would like to share some of the fond memories that took place at this year's county fair. Where do we start? Because after all, we had some pretty crazy times. When we first arrived at the fair, we all thought that it was impossible to put your underwear up past your ears. But then, Anna Lajoie proved us wrong. She managed to pull them up so far that they were no longer underwear, but a new leotard.
We didn't have much spare time left between playing cards and going on rides, eating all the delicious food prepared by May Magoon, and of course taking care of our animals. However, we always managed to find some time to have fun with our favorite advisor, Miss Ellis. After a long day of showing, we all took part in our annual game of football, which took place in the open show ring.
We started to walk back into the FFA barn when all of a sudden we see something fly out of the barn. It's a bird, it's a plane. Actually, it's Miss Ellis on a cart.
Of course, we couldn't let Miss Ellis have all the fun, so about 5 minutes later, half of the FFA barn was cramped onto the cart and again flying out of the barn and down the hill. It was so much fun.
By the last day of fair, we were all experts on this amazing ride. Having so much fun, caring for our animals, and all the extras, we were all pretty tuckered out, and we were all ready to head home. So that pretty much sums up our county fair.
Congratulations to everyone who participated, and now we would like to thank everyone who helped make our county fair possible. And also a special thanks to Sam Tremblay for buying us all ice cream.
This past August, a few of our chapter's FFA members traveled to Syracuse to participate in the CDE's contest at State Fair. These students participated in agronomy, dairy foods, dairy cattle evaluation, and dairy humors. Would the following participants please come to the stage? Michelle Silver, Shelby Leduc, Jocelyn Gregory, Carly Sorrell, and Brittany Barron. Agronomy tests a member's knowledge in identifying several crops, weeds, insects, as well as several crops, weeds, insects, as well as judging vegetable samples. Teams are also required to do a group activity. This contest is one of the most difficult and longest contests at State Fair. Cassandra Nichols, Jocelyn Gregory, Michelle Silver, and Shelby Leduc participated in this contest. They received 8th place. These 4 members also participated in dairy foods. Dairy foods is a contest in which members must identify different types of cheeses and the defects in milk samples. They also must judge and recognize different milker unit parts and their defects. The dairy foods team placed 4th overall, and placing individually was Jocelyn Gregory, who placed 11th. On the second trip down to Syracuse, members participated in dairy cattle evaluation and dairy handlers. Dairy cattle evaluation requires a member to judge several groups of dairy cattle of different breeds and orally present their placings to the judges. Carly Sorrell and Jocelyn Gregory participated in this contest. They placed 11th as a team. The last contest students participated in was dairy handlers. This contest is about how well a member can show dairy cattle. This contest tests their showmanship ability in the ring. Brittany Barron, Cassandra Nichols, Michelle Silver, and Shelby Leduc participated in this contest. Congratulations to all of the State Fair participants. I would now like to introduce Amanda Cunningham to speak about National Convention.
Wow, what can I say about National Convention? Well, there were 3 girls fighting with Miss Ellis to let us go into Hooters for some chicken wings. Convention was held in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the RCA Dome and the Indiana Pacers basketball court. Although none of us competed, Cassandra, Jocelyn, Miss Ellis, and I all shared a great amount of laughs. On our way down to meet the bus, we had to drive through a small, scratchy town at like 1 in the morning. Talk about scary. When we got on the bus, we were actually on our way to convention. We stopped at 3 different places for our tours. The tours included Niagara Falls, the Henry Ford Museum of Automobiles, and Purdue University. Throughout the tours, we learned and observed the different artifacts of history and their meanings. Cassandra and I got lost for about a half an hour in the big city of Indy because we had to go back and find my camera that I left in the stadium. We decided to call Miss Ellis and see if she could help us. But the more we talked to her, the more lost and confused we got. Thanks, Miss Ellis. It was really aggravating, but yet funny at the same time. The best times were when we were on our way home on the bus. I think I can now recite every word in the Smokey and the Bandit movie because we must have watched them like 20 times there and back. We also had to listen to Miss Ellis's sudden outburst of, "My sister's in labor, I'm gonna be an aunt." She had to have said it about 1,000 times on the way home. National Convention made for a long and exhausting week, but overall it was a great experience that we will never forget. Thank you for everything you have done, Miss Ellis. We really appreciate it, and we will miss you. I would now like to introduce Michelle Silver to the stage.
Wow, I can't even believe this day is here already. Danielle, we've had so much fun together, and I honestly don't know what I'm going to do without you. Throughout my years in FFA, you've helped me through everything, pushing me along and always saying, "You'll do great." You've helped me with showing cattle, basketball, and to accomplish anything I wanted. You always have a smile on your face and are never forgetting to slip in a comment or a joke. These next 3 years are definitely going to be hard without you. We have been through many things together, from working in the barn, putting in hay, making fence, and picking berries while trying to hurry up and eat them before anybody noticed us. Well, I just want to let you know that I'm definitely going to miss you, and thank you so much for everything you've done for me. I'm never going to forget all the things you've taught me. Even though you're going to college, don't forget we're cousins and I'll always be around to bug you.
She said, "No, I won't." They said, "Comb your hair." She said, "Some kids don't." Your parents' dreams went up in smoke. They said, "You can't leave." She said, "Yes, I will." They said, "Don't see him." She said, "His name is Bill." She's on a roll and it's all uphill. She's a wild boy.
Wow, I can't believe I'm up here tonight giving my farewell speech. FFA has changed my life. Not only has it taught me how to talk in front of a crowd, it has let me travel to various places around the world, but it also has given me many memories I will never forget. I have had 3 advisors throughout my years in FFA. First, there was Mr. Bushy. He scared the you-know-what out of me. First meeting in 5th grade, I decided to run for reporter. I had to get up in front of everyone and say why I should have that office. Mr. Bushy made me say that over and over again so he could hear me in the back of the cafeteria. But hey, I got the office. Then, in 8th grade, he encouraged me to go to state fair for dairy cattle judging. He sent me and the rest of the girls to the dorms. We could not get in. So, Jenna and Danielle Chumley went to find Mr. Bushy, while the rest of us sat and played cards for 2 hours on the dorm floors. Thank you, Mr. Bushy, also known as Mr. BC. Then came Miss Taylor. She kind of had a little bit of an accent we would pick up on the way. She would say calendar and bathroom. It never failed. While we were on our way home from substates, we stopped at her family dairy farm. We had our niece Natalie with us. Let's just say the vehicle exceeded the passenger limit. When we went to drop off Natalie, Miss Taylor got out and let her slide out the driver's side. Let's say it's a good thing she put her in park. Natalie stepped on the gas and revved her to the end. We all thought we were going to take off. Thank you, Miss Taylor, or is it Tina Turner? And now we have Miss Ellis. Wow, where do I begin? Let's just say I pretty much lived in a room this past year. 4 out of 8 periods wasn't that bad, right, Miss Ellis? Do you remember National Convention last year? We got to sit next to each other for a long time, and the kid that smelled like puke. But I guess it wasn't all that bad since I got a gold medal out of it, huh? Except for the part where Miss Ellis kept calling my parents and freaking out because of the 8-foot cow I had to lead. Then there's Plattsburgh Fair when we have our one night with the dolly. Miss Ellis likes to ride into the wall of the open show barn, or out the end of our barn into the trees. Then there's just all that quality time we spend together in a room, doing scrapbook, managing the FFA account, measuring plates for the trophies, trying to use a broken ruler, to keeping little kids in line, or even just talking about who knows what. It never failed. We have always been up to something if we were together. Miss Ellis, you have done so much for me. I can't even begin to thank you. You have not only been an advisor, you have been a great friend. I will never forget the times we have shared in school and out of school. Fellow FFA members, it has been great. I will never forget you guys. Keep in touch. Mom, Dad, Glenn, Jenna, and Eric, thank you for supporting me. FFA has changed my life for the better, and if it were not for FFA, I would not be where I am tonight. Thank you.
Miss Ellis is like our mommy, so being our mommy, we got a little something. So this is just to say thanks from all of us. We all pitched in. It's kind of wrinkled because it's in my pocket, but there you go. Do you want to open it?
Do I have?
Or do you want me to tell you what it is? Just read the envelope. Well, obviously these are flowers, duh.
Salon and daycare.
It's a day at a spa.
Oh, okay. And
I would now like to introduce Michelle Silver and Cassandra Nichols for district.
This year, 7 FFA members traveled to Greenwich High School to participate in the district's competition. Would Tyler Cabrio, Kristen Normandin, Michelle Silver, Abigail Spinner, Shelby Ledoux, Mary Marner, and Cassandra Nichols please report to the stage? 6 individuals participated in the Ag Issues contest. Ag Issues is a contest in which members must form a team and create a skit about an issue in agriculture. Tyler Cabrio, Kristen Normandin, Michelle Silver, Abigail Spinner, Shelby Ledoux, Mary Marner, and Mary Manor participated in the CDE. Their topic was animal testing. They had to debate the pros and cons of animal testing. After they exited the judging room on the day of districts, they were all confident with their performances. Cassandra Nichols participated in the job interview contest. For this contest, the member must prepare a cover letter, resume, and references to present to the judge. Then they must sit down with the judge for a one-on-one interview. Whoever presents his or herself the best wins. The Ag Issues team placed second, and myself placed fourth. Both were qualified to move on to sub-states. Congratulations to all that participated. I would now like to introduce Michelle Silver to present the sub-states.